Good morning, everyone. It is day 2 and cup is all dry. I don't know if you can see the carving in it, but we are getting ready to spray paint it, so you'll be able to see it a lot better. So first I'm going to spray it wrong. First I'm going to spray it with black. Then I'm going to spray it with the brown, with the burnished amber. And then we are going to do the white on top of all that. And the white helps your wood grains to pop more. Because if you were to do it over something like this, you wouldn't really be able to see it. But this will help it stand out more. So I'm going to go get this spray painted. I'm going to let it dry, and then we will be back and we will get started on our wood grain. Alright everyone, so the cup's been spray painted and it's all dry, and you can see that carving a lot better now. So there's my letter I, and then the heart with the arrow going through it, and then U, and then my decal will be on the opposite side. So when you're doing your rubbings, when you're rubbing off your spray paint, just keep in mind where your decal is going to go and whether you want it to be on top of your glitter or your spray paint or a mixture of both. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so we're gonna when I first started, what I would do was I would do my wood grain first and then I would rub everything off. But when I do that, I would notice that the alcohol inks would stain the epoxy. So what I've started doing is rubbing off my spots first and then doing my wood grain. So that's what I'm gonna do with y'all today. You're gonna need a cloth, and I just use an old cut up t-shirt. It works great. And you're gonna need your alcohol, and these little pump bottles, I just got them from the Dollar Tree. They work really well. They hold my acetone and my alcohol, and they work really well. So we are going to get started. Let me grab my glasses real quick. So that out of the way. So I'll rub off a couple of spots and fast forward through the rest. So you're just going to start rubbing. There's no set pattern that you have to do. Just start rubbing off in one spot and then just go wherever that takes you. Alright, there we go. Now you don't have to press really hard with the alcohol. I mean, some people use acetone and it's not really good for the epoxy, but with the alcohol it works just fine. It doesn't come off as quickly as it does with the acetone, but it does come off. You just gotta put a little bit of elbow grease in it, but it does come off. And I'm not worried about like this black spot where some of the paint got on my white, because we're just going to be going over it with wood grain, so you won't really see all that. So you want to make sure that your spray paint is dried, because it just makes things so much easier. And so I let mine dry about 20 minutes sitting in front of a fan for each layer. So we're just going to kind of go wherever it takes us. Right now I'm just trying to even out around, and I'm using my fingernail under just to kind of scrape some of this excess paint away that I don't want. Alright, now I'm going to take it down to the bottom. It looks like I'm struggling here. I'm struggling to hold the cup, and because I'm using my football noodle, so trying to hold the cup steady. Okay, so I'm going to work on that some more, but let's see, let's do one more, and then I will and don't forget, we're going to have stickers up here at the top. So you want to make sure if you do your rubbings up at the top, just to bring them down far enough so it doesn't get covered by all those stickers. Because that's the only thing about these geodes, is you cover up a lot of your glitter with spray paint, so you want to be able to see as much of it as you can. So just go with whatever moves you. Try and make your pattern a little interesting. You can make it as long, as small, as wide, as skinny as you like. Okay, So you kind of get the idea. So you're just gonna keep rubbing it off in spots, and my paint wasn't dry right there, so I'll be rubbing off right there. So that's why I was saying, just make sure your spray paint is completely dry, because you're putting a lot of layers on this right now. So make sure everything's dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fast forward y'all through the rest of this, and then the next step is going to be our wood grain. Okay, so I got some spots rubbed off. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our wood grain.